welcome to the Dream Stream. We are your friendly neighborhood dream workers. I'm Yiskah Koock here with Ronis, and we're going to explore dreams and hopefully give you the tools to explore your dreams as well. And we're always welcome to work on other people's dreams too, because we love it. I'll speak for myself.
So true.
Yes. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Yiskah. Hi, everybody.
So you were talking about a dream, but I miscategorized it. So I didn't mean to do that. For some reason, I thought you were saying it was, high emotional content, like a nightmare. But apparently you didn't say that. So that makes me think of, what dreams am I having these days?
Yeah. Right. What is the projection there?
Yeah, yes.
Well, interestingly, last time we spoke, you were like, "Oh, are you dreaming?" I was like, "Oh, no, I can't." I don't know whatever I said, but I didn't remember. But then I went back to my journal. I was like, "What am I talking about? There's a dream here and a dream here," and I think that I wrote it down, but I forgot it.
Okay.
So I'm glad I wrote it down.
Okay.
But anyway, I'll start with the most recent one, if that's okay, and I'll just kind of dive in, and
Sounds great.
You can do whatever you do in terms of how you want to explore that with me.
Sounds great.
Sound good? Okay. I'm going to read it because I don't remember the details, so I'm going to actually just read it. A couple of days ago, this was. My housemate's daughter, Lucy, who was reality check, was visiting, and now she's gone. Anyway, Lucy was having a big party for a birthday or a graduation or somehow for like starting her new life. And there was a very, very long dais type table with lots of people, friends and family, and other people, just random people, and a very, very, very long, like larger than life long kind of dais table. The dais table was on an embankment facing the ocean. I was walking on the beach, sort of hovering around the party because I wasn't actually officially invited. So I didn't have a seat. But I lived there, I live with them. So it was assumed that I'd be around. I felt bad because I wasn't invited. And at some point the party moved indoors and there were men smoking cigars. Eric was there and Chris. Eric is a friend, but he was my therapist for a long time, many years ago. And Chris is my housemate. Lucy had been telling me about her physical therapist who was tall but very overweight, and she felt sorry for him. And I observed this guy, the physical therapist, in the room with the group of people. And he got all sensitive and shy and red-faced, and he had a little boy face, he had like this kind of small, young, boyish face, and then like big hips, like his weight was all in his hips. I know where that came from in my psyche. Very kind of funny looking, funny looking for a man to have that shape. He fell over into Chris's lap as if to ask for consoling or affection, really like a little boy would do if he was feeling bad.
I'm sorry, because I'm listening, but is Chris a male or female?
Chris is a male.
A male.
Chris is the man and Jenna's the woman.
His child? Yeah. It was his child's party?
Yes, it was his daughter's party.
Okay.
His daughter's party. And this funny looking sort of big hipped guy with a little boy face was Lucy's physical therapist.
Okay.
Which is random. She doesn't have a physical therapist, but at some point Lucy and I were inside and upstairs of this beach house. She whipped up a beautiful handmade ring with a silver disc and some stones. It was like she had a formula for it. It was a gift for someone at the party.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you have a title for this dream? Or what will you title it?
Um, um, it, something about not belonging. It's my
Okay.
theme of my life.
I know.
Right? It's like every dream has something to do. But there was, yeah. So, but there were so many elements. Gosh, there were so
Yeah,
many
okay.
elements here.
Yeah, I mean, for
So I don't
me,
know. I don't know
yeah,
what the title is
yeah,
yet.
okay, okay, we'll revisit that.
Yeah,
You did share a lot of the reality check as we went through it, but I just want to offer a projection right from the
sure,
get-go.
sure.
Um, so it feels like a coming of age ceremony with the
Mm,
dais. And that reminds me of like a bat mitzvah or a wedding, or
yeah.
and it seems like she might be in college now. Is it like a coming of
Well,
age?
she is starting a new life. Like she has this new boyfriend and they
Okay,
really like clicked really quickly, and she got her internship like where he's working, and they're
that's
moving in together with a
awesome.
bunch of other people, and
Yes.
she got a new puppy, and she's
Okay.
like got this whole like
Yeah.
maturing life all of us, which is
Yeah.
really kind of fun to watch, but also it definitely hits me in a difficult place in
Yeah.
myself, to
Yes.
be in the presence of that.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah, maybe just the longing for that something new, a new,
Sure.
um,
I get it.
yeah, a new part of life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as
Yeah.
every person in my dream is a reflection of myself, I want to look at that as it's my celebration. Like, what is
Mm,
my coming of age right now? What is my event to celebrate? And then I want to
mm,
explore what does it mean to me that my event's dais is facing the ocean, the
mm.
endless ocean.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing because there's so no ocean in my life
I know.
living in Santa Fe, but it was, I'm sure there's definitely a longing to be near the water, near the
Yeah.
ocean, and I like that concept of endless, like the waves coming in
Yes.
and out and in and out,
Yes.
and just the
Can't see the
infinity.
end. One
Yeah.
can't see the end of the ocean with the naked eye.
Mm.
You know,
So it's like,
we can't
pos-
see the possibilities or the probabilities, what will be happening. Of course, we make our choices, but
mm-hmm.
it's an endless void, choice, unknown, mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost feels like whatever choice you make, there's going to be another wave to come. Like if that choice doesn't work, there's just another wave. There's
Hmm.
this endless, right, like possibilities. I think,
Yes.
yeah, endless possibilities, and like ride that wave. And if that wave doesn't work, there's going to be
Yes.
another one and another one.
Yes. Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that as a metaphor.
I like
You
that
know,
too.
yeah. And it felt
Yeah.
really nice to be at the beach too. It just felt really, really nice. And even though I
Yeah.
was feeling really sad that I wasn't invited, but I lived there because I live
Yeah.
with them. So,
So
oh well, I'm just going to be around.
it's just a figured thing. Of course I'm gonna come. I live
Right.
here.
It's kind of like I'm there. So yeah, but it's kind of how I feel. It is kind of in another piece of reality check, right?
Yes.
Um, is that it's like
Yes.
that here. It's just like I live
Yes.
here, and there's we're nice with each other, but
Yes.
there is just this. I don't really belong. Whoops.
Right.
Hold on.
Your
Hold on. I
video
just
just went off.
yeah. Hang on one
So yeah,
second.
so that's something that's familiar to me. There you are. From
Yeah,
um
that was my phone ringing.
from past dreams, explorations of past dreams, the feeling that, well, they're a family and I live also in the house, right? There's like I can't remember the last dream that we worked on
Yeah,
that. I think it
there's
was
been
he
quite a
was
few.
Skyping you. One of your housemates was Skyping you or something.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes. There was something like that, and yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there's been and there's just, I mean, I think that is a theme throughout my life of, where do I belong? And I don't feel like I
Right.
belong anywhere. That's definitely like a common theme, which I would love to sort of transmute. I would love to
Yes.
just shift that energy like so much.
Yes.
But it keeps
Yes.
coming up. It keeps coming
Right.
up like that. I don't belong. I don't belong. And,
Right. Until we
at
work
what,
with it,
yeah,
it may
yeah,
continue to come up.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So maybe
so
there's some hint in this dream of something new and different coming. I don't know.
was
Um,
there a plant? Wasn't there a plant? You were at a men's gathering in a lobby and you took a plant.
I cannot believe you have an amazing memory for these little bits of my dreams. It's
That's
unbelievable.
what
Yes.
makes it interesting, it's all the
Yeah.
subtext on
That's so cool.
our
Yeah.
personal mythologies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
yeah, and I think it always just keeps coming back to self-love. You know, I just
Mm-hmm.
I just have to
Mm-hmm.
stop judging myself and, be my greatest advocate.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is ultimately what is true, I think, period. Right. Just
Right,
it's just something we all need to always do, and definitely a lot of my dreams kind of end there, in a way of
right, right, with like
self-love.
an
I don't know that
open-ended.
I feel like this had more to it than just that, but I think that
Yes,
if I were to just go with the theme of I don't belong, then it really is
right,
about like being
right,
my
because
own
you were gonna
advocate. And
possibly title it that. So,
yeah.
now that we've done a little bit more work on it, would you want to title it something different?
I think I might like to explore it a little bit more if you're okay with
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Some of
Let's
the
do
other
that.
aspects,
Yes,
like so going from from outside, like
yes.
if I could just put that part of like I didn't quite belong, just put that aside,
Yep,
like that might
that's
be just like this leftover shadow thing,
yes, yes, yes,
that's kind of always there. But if I could put that aside, so we're
yes.
outside in the ocean, and in the ocean, but facing the ocean, and
Facing
there's
the
this party,
ocean.
and I'm there, whether I, am invited or not invited, whatever, I'm
Yeah.
there. And 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 sort of mostly observing, really observing. And then we go indoors, so we're outdoors, and then we're
Okay.
indoors in this kind of beach
Yes.
house, and there's my old therapist is there,
Yes.
and Chris, who's the father, but somehow he was notably there in the room, and they were smoking cigars. I don't know what
Yes.
that's all about, but
Yes.
sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Yes. Ah, wink, wink.
I don't.
Which, for
Yeah,
our listeners, that's a Freud
it's a
quote.
Freud.
No, that's Jung. I think that's actually a Jung
No,
quote
that's Freud. I think it's Freud
about
actually who said,
Freud's theory that everything is
"Oh,
penile.
I see. Maybe that's right. Maybe you're
I
right."
don't know,
Yeah.
but yes, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Well, the
Right.
thing that made me think of, if I may, my
Mm-hmm.
projection is that the most famous reason why men light up cigars is because they give birth, like the wife is giving birth. So having a
Oh.
new, I mean, whatever, that's cliche and that's, not happening right now. But because of that, and because this feels like a rite of passage dream to me, I I want to again, and I feel like there's been many inklings of new births in your dreams that we've been working on together. So I just feel like something new is arising, and it's still happening. It's all different metaphors for that in your dreams lately, and that's super exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is. Thank you for that, and it's really good to be reminded. And I think that's also the beauty of working dreams with someone
Yes,
who's skilled. Um, is that we ourselves will always have a go-to way of thinking of something. So my go-to tends to be like the sad thing, right? The part where I don't belong. And instead of like, well, look at all this other possibility, and to
yeah,
have that reflected back is so meaningful. It's just
yes,
really, I think
yes,
that that's what's true. So I like the idea of like putting that part aside, that, oh, I
yeah,
don't belong, or whatever
exactly.
the
And
sadness
it's,
is around that, and look at these other options.
yes, yes,
And Yeah, something about it's interesting. My old therapist and a physical therapist
Yes.
who had these hips that were like, I
Very
so the
feminine.
reality check there is that I personally have been feeling like my body is changing as a
Yes.
60-year-old woman, and it's changing
Yes.
in ways that I do not care for and cannot seem to change.
I do not
And
approve.
I do not approve. I am not okay with this, but it's happening anyway. And I think that that was like somehow some reflection of that a little
Yeah,
bit.
for me,
Um,
it felt like he was very feminine,
he was
and
very
so that
like
was bringing
boyish
up
and feminine.
like feminine. I was thinking of feminine hormones, like maybe he's eating too much tofu or something.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's
Yeah,
just
I
my
mean, that's true.
projection.
Like his body was definitely out of balance.
Yeah.
There was a feminine quality, like both a
Yes.
boyish and a feminine
Yeah,
quality.
which is boy, and how similar boyishness is to girlishness. It's really before it's totally
When you're
separate.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah, when you're young. Yes, it's not that different.
it's not that
Um,
different.
so, and it's, yeah, I mean, I wonder if there's some way in which he was, it's just so interesting. He's trying to get comfort from the masculine, right? From Chris. He's kind of like he
Okay,
kind of like
yes.
curls up into Chris's lap, and it's
Yeah,
so
yes.
awkward, but it's also like this sort of young boy, feminine boy I
Yes.
don't know what it all
Yeah,
means. I'm just kind of saying it all, but
he's
if
wanting
I
a
were to look at,
daddy,
yes, like
like
wanting some kind of
Chris
approval.
says
And I think,
daddy because his daughter is in the dream,
right, he is
right?
the
So,
father of the sort of star of the dream, although
exactly.
she wasn't really even in the dream all that much, except towards the end where
Yes.
she's making this piece of beautiful jewelry. And I think that's also a piece of
Yeah, what would that be?
creative energy, creative, like moving, because I've
Yes.
been making pottery, and I had
Yes.
another dream that I had on this very same night was about how to make little clay beads.
Oh.
And I literally had like an
Oh.
idea of how to do it, how to make it
Oh.
happen, and to make jewelry. And I was like, God, that's a great idea. And
Awesome.
I had that in my sleep. So, maybe something in that dream stimulated
Yes.
that, because she made this, ring, and um,
Eureka! You
yeah,
figured out how to make clay beads.
yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's somehow, I don't know, and maybe the therapist was somehow, if I am each part of my dream, then I am, then, perhaps I'm my own therapist. Like I need to be my
Yeah,
own therapist. I need to be
yes.
like we are as human beings are a balance of masculine and feminine. And it's easy for a man or a woman to be too feminine, too masculine. And what I mean
Sure.
by that is not physical traits or anything, but the energy, the masculine essence, the feminine
And
essence.
so different in this generation with transgender. So many
Mm-hmm.
people, I don't know if it's similar in Santa Fe, I would imagine here in the Hudson Valley, it's quite a lot of people who
Mm-hmm.
are,
Sure. All over. Yeah.
transgender.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's not even when we think about feminine and masculine, like that whole
Mm.
thing is turned on its head right now, you know.
It's yes. Well,
So
right,
for
exactly. And I think that's why I was trying to distinguish it. It's not about being a boy or a girl, or
right,
like having a masculine look or a feminine look, as much as that. What does it mean what is feminine energy? What does it
yes,
do? Well, it's a receptive, men have
yes,
it too.
yes,
And
yes,
trans folk have it in different ways, and it's in a different balance. And
yep,
um yes. So
yeah.
not sure where I was going with that, but
Well, you were
something
talking
about
about being
the therapist,
being
Eric,
one's
being like,
own therapist.
yeah. And
It-
he has a very masculine energy to him. He is a very masculine
oh,
man.
okay. I was picturing a
And
woman. That's funny.
no, Eric is his name. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
man.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I missed that
yeah,
name.
yeah. He's a masculine kind of guy, and he's a therapist. And like if he was some integration of a piece of myself, then it's almost like, can I stand up for myself? Can I just check into all the things that I already know, that I already have wisdom about, and be
Yes,
sovereign, and have that masculine energy in me, like stand for myself, like have my own back, you
I
know,
love
it's
it. I
have
love
my
it.
own back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow. Yeah. And it's interesting that that you bring up the trans thing, and that guy, the physical therapist who looks sort of boyish and yet
Yeah.
has this kind of big hipped sort of feminine thing going on,
Yes.
like post-menopausal hips.
Yes.
Total projection, my own body. So I don't know. I think there's something in that for me too, to like explore. Well, what is that character? What is
Yes.
that in me? You know, I'm not really
Yes.
sure. Like
Right,
maybe.
because that's a physical therapist too. And if I am the dreamer, I've been thinking about joining physical therapy together with Pilates. Right? Wasn't that something you were
Oh,
thinking about?
wow. Interesting. It didn't even occur to me, but that's been very, very much on my mind and heart, is to, be creating a new body of
Yes.
work that combines,
Well, that's interesting too. A new
the
body,
psyche and the body.
a
Yeah.
new body of work. It's just, that's really cool.
Yeah. 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 Hmm. Yeah. So I think that for me, I think this dream actually needs more exploration,
Yes.
I want to deep dive in a little bit more on my own.
Okay. So we
Um,
always ask, how can you honor this dream? So maybe with writing about it, if you want to explore more, is that something you like to do? You're more tactile.
I
You,
do like to write, but I'm discovering really recently very strongly that it's best for me to embody something,
yes,
whether that means in my own body
yes.
or it means creating something from my psyche, my body,
Embody this new
um,
body of work.
yeah, like exactly, make it actualized. So it
Yeah,
could,
I love it.
how would I honor this?
Well, weren't you talking about starting a Zoom
Um,
class, right? Weren't you
yes,
talking about the,
yes,
that's a great way to
yes,
honor this dream.
yes,
Go
absolutely,
forth.
absolutely. Go forth and multiply.
Yes.
Well, too late for that, but
Multiply
uh,
ideas, creative
multiply yes,
ideas.
my creative babies.
Yes, yes,
Well, I definitely want to make these little beads. I want to make these
yes.
little clay beads for sure. And
I
in
love
fact,
this.
I'm going to the studio today, and I'm going to bring home some clay, things I can play with on my own here at home.
Yeah, can I have one?
Oh, sure. If they work out,
Okay.
the way I imagine.
I'll put it on a bracelet.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of like trying to string them together, but I
Yeah,
do have some technical things I need to think about how to make it work. But
that's a
um,
fun project.
yeah, but I think what you said earlier about making the workshop or the class or the
Yes,
whatever it is, like that's
yes,
really what I need to be doing. I need to be
yeah,
marrying the physical, the masculine, the feminine, the
yes,
physical, the psyche, just
yes,
kind of put those all into something
yes.
and share it with people.
I just
Yeah.
heard an Obama interview with young youth, or some boys to man club kind of thing. I'm sorry, I can't think of what it's called, but he was saying that wait, hang on one second, my dear.
Okay.
So he was talking about mentoring and how important that is for us to find our mentors, but it's also important, I believe, to mentor ourselves. So what does it mean for me if I'm serving as my own therapist? I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind
Yeah.
of mentoring myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would want to
Yeah. No,
explore
I
that.
totally. Yeah. I often lately have been using the word sovereign. I think I've even brought that up in this,
Sovereign.
here. Like for me, that feels like I've got this. I've got this.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
sovereign over myself, and that
This is
feels a
the
little bit
answer
like
to
that. Like,
this is the answer to a famous riddle in the King Arthur legends, that his nephew Gawain is told to, or he's going to a well and he meets a hag, like a witchy old woman, who says to him, find out what every woman wants, and he goes on this search for it. And ultimately, the answer is sovereignty.
But it's hard to find sovereignty,
Yes.
to be sovereign without someone having your back.
Right. Yes.
Right.
And that
Right. I mean,
because
you at some point, right, we need to have, I feel like that. And I feel like that's something that's
I agree. I agree.
something
It's
that I long for. Like the mentor. I would love to have
yes.
a mentor, even though it's not about, I'm a sage. I'm a wise
Yes.
woman.
Yes.
I know a lot. I have a
Yes.
lot. I've grown a lot,
Yes.
and we always, all and always, I think, want someone to feel like we are being supported. And yes, we're being
Yes.
supported by the universe. We're being supported by our friends and our family, but there's
Yes.
there's something special, I think, that I will feel like that I long for that
Yes.
real
Yes.
mirroring, that real mentorship, where it's like
Yes.
taking what I offer and feeding it back with ideas.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
I long for that. And I feel like
Yeah.
until I have that, it's being very hard for me to actually move forward with my
Yes.
ideas, but I'm moving forward.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. I mean, I always felt that ever since, my mom died when I was 25, and I've always been, I just want someone to take me under their wing. And that didn't happen really with
Totally.
aunts and friends. So,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I had my own back for a little while there, and then I brought the right people into my life who have my
Yeah. And
back.
I think that's what we do. It's like, when I was meditating this morning, I kept zipping back in my mind to what I didn't get and what I didn't
Yes.
have. And I mean, even
Yes.
including, like, I went all the way back to breastfeeding. I'm like, oh, okay, we need to drop that one and come back to your mantra. Right? Because, okay, we could be sad forever about certain things that
Yeah.
happened or didn't happen, right?
Yes.
But really right now, like right in this moment, I mean, this is so cliche and obvious, right? But just be in the moment, right? Just right now.
There's so much
Good.
to be grateful for.
Right now, we can be grateful. I have my own back. Like you said, I've drawn people to me. I have good people in my life.
Yes.
And
Yes. Wonderful,
yeah.
Ellen. Well, thank you for
So,
sharing.
well, thank you for exploring that with me, or allowing
Yes.
me to explore that.
And let's
Yeah.
not wait too long next time. I've kind of been slacking.
Yeah. I actually
Yeah,
have
you
more. I
have.
have more
Yeah,
dreams.
you
No,
have.
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant yes, because I enjoy this, and hopefully your
Yeah,
listeners are getting something out of it.
I very much
Out of
hope so.
exploring.
And
Yeah.
please remember, listeners, that you can message me either on YouTube or on the Dream Stream on Facebook. So we would love to work on dreams. I like the idea of a dream circle. I always say this, that different people, like I might find the pun, and that doesn't mean much to you, but you'll find the sociological, um, mass appeal of a dream, and someone else has the medical. And it's wonderful to go around with all different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
so,
think. Yeah, I think it's really important to have different
yeah,
perspectives on a dream, because, like I said earlier, we always will go to the same thing, the same
yes,
way of interpreting a
exactly,
dream, and
exactly.
it isn't always useful because it's
Right,
just coming from your own
that's right.
mind.
I
So we get
agree.
ideas from the way other people
Absolutely.
project onto the dream and see the dream.
And please remember, dreamers, to write down your dreams, because it's also fun to see all the Freudian slips, of writing when you write something. And maybe this doesn't mean much to you either, as puns don't. But I love that little hint to me, that there might be something else happening,
Mm-hmm.
what I wrote or what I spoke, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So thank you again, Ellen, and and to our listeners, Holomod Metukim, sweet dreams, and
Sweet dreams.
I will talk to you very soon.
Great. I look
Okay.
forward to our next time together.
Me too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, listeners.